Welcome to Kim Talks Resilience, where we share stories of insight and inspiration in life, love, and business with resilient women from around the world. Speaking with authors, entrepreneurs, founders, and coaches to learn their strategies for a more resilient life so we can all build the life we love. I'm your host, Kim Hayden. So I'm really excited to share with you today a friend of mine who inspires me. One of the kindest women. She has such a beautiful voice. She makes you just feel like you want to curl up with a cup of tea and just lean in. This gal is awesome. You're in for a treat. Cari Frame is a certified coach and writer with a lifelong study of, get this, self-kindness. She believes in self-kindness's transformational power. So let me just recap this. A lifelong study of self-kindness, which we all need, and the transformational power behind it. The beauty resilience born from struggle has compelled Cari's words to the page since she was in her teens and forms a foundation for her coaching program and workshops. Everything is possible when we bring kindness to ourselves. So this is a really important topic for us to lean into. Welcome to the show, Cari.
Thank you, Kim. I'm so glad to be here with you.
Well, I'm excited for people to know one of the kind of superheroes behind everybody always goes, Kim, how do you get everything done? And it's like, if it wasn't for surrounding myself with amazing people like Cari, I guarantee you it would not get done. So, Cari, let's just start real simple. Give us who is Cari? I can, were you the kid eating mud pies or, like me, you can't ride a bike? Tell us a little bit of who is Cari?
The first thing I think that comes to mind is I'm so many things all at the same time. Um, at this stage of my life, I am a business owner. I am a certified coach, writer. I'm a mom. I still think of myself as an adventurer. I'm always looking for something new and interesting to do. I am a goof. I howled at the moon this morning, and my girls were like, "Oh my God, Mom! Like, why are you like this?" So yeah, I would say I'm a lot of things, but there's a core there, a pretty solid core that's always at the helm, and that's kind of what you said in the intro, which I was so touched by, because it's that kindness to myself, and which then of course extends out to everyone that I can reach with it.
And that's something that I know we're going to touch upon in our conversation here, because we're the meanest to the people that we should be the kindest to: ourselves, our partners, our friends, our kids. And watched a really good talk by Dr. Jody Carrington, who, if you folks don't know who she is what we kind of deem as one of our local celebs here in Alberta. She's an amazing coach when it comes to understanding the neuroscience and dealing with children. She started on the whole child track. But she was talking about the dysregulation and the space that seems to be really very kind of a dark hole for a lot of people. So I want to lean in right now into what you do as a self-kindness coach. What is a self-kindness coach? And walk me through not only what a self-kindness coach is, but how you serve people and what they can expect. How's that sound?
Great.
And I won't interrupt. I'm going to actually vacate the room, folks, and turn the stage over to you, Cari. And then I'm going to dive in and start asking lots of questions.
Okay, sounds good. Self-kindness coach is a certified coach. So I have lots of skills and tools that I bring to clients to help them connect to the strength within themselves. So I'm not like a sport coach or a mentor or something where I give advice or, give someone the instructions on how to live their life. That's not it. It's time to pull back. When I'm with clients, it's time for them to sort of pull back from their life for a moment and just check in with themselves. How am I doing? Where am I at these days? Where is my head at? Where is my heart at? Where's my body at? And the key to the self-kindness coaching is that it is a completely judgment-free place. And that practice of just getting curious about yourself with no judgment, right? Like it's actually a muscle that we are just so not used to using. We're used to using it for other people, right? Like when you have a dear friend who is struggling, you don't look at them and go, God, what the hell is wrong with her? Like, why is she screwing everything up right now? We look at that dear friend and we go, wow, what is going on in her life right now that this is what's happening, right? So the work I do with clients is creating that space where they can get curious about themselves and really understand what's happening. And that's the ground from which true life-changing solutions come from. And it's a practice over time. Sometimes it's a lightning bolt and sometimes it's a slow burn of awareness that like, oh, wow, I actually do deserve to be happy, or I deserve to take myself off the shelf and make my needs more of a priority. And I work with men and women, all genders, and it's really transformative work, and it's very safe, but progressive too. Like it's always coming down to action. We talk a lot of ideas, but there's always some kind of action that they get to put in their lives to make a difference. I think that's important.
So, yeah, absolutely. So let's talk action.
Yeah.
What's one thing somebody could do each day?
Yeah.
Give me a tip that
Yeah.
somebody could do. Either it's a tangible that they see every day, or
Mhm.
it's a touchstone, or it's a meditation. Give me an exact practice that we could do. One thing.
I love it. I'm all for this kind of thing. So right off the bat, it needs to be something that fits in the person's life, right? We're not adding something extra. So I always recommend piggybacking something like this on with something you're always already doing. So for some people, this could happen while they're brushing their teeth or while they're having their morning coffee. One that I love is while I'm in the car by myself, because usually, or on the bus, right? So what it is a moment, and it can literally take 2 minutes to check in with yourself. And so all you're doing, let's say you're brushing your teeth and you're like, oh yeah, brushing my teeth, this is my moment. So you're simply asking yourself, how am I doing right now? How am I doing right now? There's no judgment. You're not fixing a problem, right? You're not seeing yourself as like this messy thing that has to get cleaned up. You're just simply looking within and going, how am I doing? And then you wait for the answer. And it can take 30 seconds. It can take no time at all. Like it all depends. But I promise you, if you give yourself that moment of inquiry, something will come up. And either your mind or your heart or your body will be like, I'm stressed, or I'm tired, or I'm excited, or I'm scared, whatever it is. And it's like, oh, that's where I'm at. That's why my head is spinning, or that's why I'm thinking about crawling back into bed because I'm scared. Or do you know what I mean? Like you
Yep.
start to understand yourself. And once you understand yourself, you can say, okay, how can I bring some little bit of kindness to wherever I'm at right now? Whatever it is, right? Like I'm nervous. Like this morning, I was nervous about doing this talk with you, and I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. This is important. What can I do to bring kindness to myself? Something tiny, right? And it can be something as small as taking 5 breaths before moving on to the busyness of your day, or texting a friend and going, "Oh my God, I'm nervous. Tell me I'm going to do this well," or something, right? It can be something so tiny, but it's the check-in that makes the difference, because it can be amazing to me sometimes. People can go years, literally years, without actually pausing and really just tuning into themselves. And
Yep.
I was like that once too, right? So I get it.
There's actually a lot to unpack there. I love the fact that you shared that you were nervous this morning. Nervous and fear are
Yeah.
literally just a stone's throw away.
Oh, yeah.
And fear is the number one thing that causes us or stops us from
Mm,
excelling to the next level, going where we really could go. And it's so important. It's so very important if you can lead, if you can step it up a notch, if you're mentally and emotionally able to move to that next level, it is critical in today's world that you do move to that next level, because a simple stone throw creates ripples, and those ripples
mhm.
upon ripples upon ripples upon ripples. So one person that you're kind to,
Yeah.
starting with yourself,
Yeah.
creates a ripple out that can affect 4 or 5 people, that creates the next ripple out that can affect 10, 20 people. And we've seen these in commercials. We've seen this whole thought process out there. But we tend to sabotage ourselves.
Mhm.
And that's that self-kindness, and that I know, we have that whole manifest it and mindset and all these other things, but at the core of it, if you don't like the person you're promoting,
Mhm.
then it's really hard to move forward.
Mhm.
Let's talk about this in how it affects people's businesses and entrepreneurships.